The Jays are in talks with a pair of former Astros, George Springer and Michael Brantley, to the point where they have, quote, progressed beyond just talking. I don't know exactly what that means, whether or not offers have been made or what, but at least it sounds interesting, something to chew on here. Kev, does this perk your ears a little bit?
It always perks my ears when we're talking position players and different teams, and all of a sudden you got this Blue Jay team that's got a lot of young talent, right? And we just kind of want them to race on in there. Maybe the Red Sox are rebuilding. We're not sure what they're doing. Yankees are awesome. The Rays are awesome. So you look at this club and you're like, yeah, okay, they want to do this. And this city rocks when they win. George Springer, I think there's a lot of teams that would love me some George Springer and Michael Brantley because they can hit and they're awesome and they make your lineup better. But I'll tell you right now, it does perk my ears because it's fun.
Yeah, you know what? To me, the Brantley one, it's a little more interesting from this standpoint. I mean, Springer at this point of his career is the better overall player. He brings, speed on the base paths defensively. Brantley at this point is, although he can play outfield, is really more of a DH. But the thing that is interesting to me is, let's remember who the president of the Blue Jays is. Mark Shapiro. He was in Cleveland when the Indians traded for Michael Brantley. He was actually the player to be named later in the CC Sabathia deal from Milwaukee. So he has up close and personal contact with Brantley, understands not only what a phenomenal hitter he is, he's really one of the best in baseball in terms of contact, but what a leader he is. And this is a young team that got a taste of the playoffs last year, but when you look at them in terms of position players, they need somebody that can rally the troops, that when the times are tough during a 162-game season, not a 60-game season, can say, hey, boys, this is how it's done. So a guy like Michael Brantley, in my opinion, fits perfectly.
Yeah, those are the glues. Those are the glues in a clubhouse that when times do get tough, because you're going to lose 8 out of 10, and you look over there, and then there's your veteran guys saying, guys, this is it. We got to run the bases well. We got to start running out ground balls. We got to run out the pop-ups. So it just tightens the scene up. Pitchers are going to throw, walk guys, and we're going to look sloppy, and we're going to get beat 13-4. But you need those guys to bring it all back into perspective. And then the young kids over there with their lip hanging because they're one for their last 15. Nah, this is why you do it. Then it's how you handle those situations. And guys like Michael Brantley and these veteran guys, when you hear that, when you're taking out those guys, that's what I mean when I'm talking about that. That's a great point by Michael Brantley because that's what a leader's about.
Yeah. All right, so real quickly, let's shuttle through some topics on the Jays. If you were in control, what would your priority be in the free agent market?
I would bring back James Paxton. When I say bring back, because he's an old Canadian A, so I'd go out and get some starting pitching. There's my lefty right there, the big maple. See you later. I'm gonna bring you right where you're from. You don't have to do any money exchange rates or anything. And there you have it, Chris. I like him from the left side. Let's just put him right in there. And good eye, A. He knows what the Cheez-Its taste like. He knows there's no ice in their glasses. And Liam Hendricks, good eye, Mike. I would bring some power. I would bring some power from the bullpen and some good eye, Mike, because I'm an Australian and I'm not from Scotland. I'm from Australia. And there you have it. I'd bring those two young men there.
Yeah, you know what? You confused me there for a second because when you started talking about James Paxton, you started slipping in the Australian accent. I was like, he's the big maple. He's not the big Australian. So you put the accent before you introduced Liam Hendricks into the equation. So it got me confused a little bit. Nice to see you haven't lost your touch over the Thanksgiving holiday. For me, very quickly, I'm going to say I like where your head's at in terms of the starting pitching. I would go either for Jake Odorizzi or Jay Happ. Odorizzi will give you 30 starts. I know last year was a bit of a health misnomer for him. He only made 4 up in Minnesota, but he didn't have glaring injuries. So I think he's going to be a 30-start guy. You pulling him in right behind Hyunjin Ryu. If not, you could bring back Jay Happ, who spent parts of 6 seasons up there, was an all-star for the Blue Jays in 2018. You know what you're going to get out of him. True professional, dependable. Actually pitched very well for the Yankees during the regular season.